Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're doing the Super Bowl preview episode here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. They have made it all the way to the Super Bowl from their respective divisions. And the Chiefs are currently favored in this matchup. Um, via from FanDuel at 1.5, and the over and under is at 48.5. So the Eagles, they for the money line, they only have it at minus 102, so you can't really make any money off that because there is no plus money. So you do have to put at least $102 down to get $100 back. Um, Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts have met each other three times in their respective careers, two times in the regular season, and one time, of course, in the Super Bowl a few years back. Their first meeting was in Jalen Hurts' second year in the league. That was his first year starting, however. It was week four. The Kansas City Chiefs went over to Philadelphia and they beat Jalen Hurts 42 to 30 in a very high scoring game. Great game by both of those two guys. Their next meeting, though, would come that very next season, however, in the Super Bowl. So Super Bowl 57 was headlined by the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles in a great back and forth matchup. But Kansas City, of course, would walk away with this victory, 38 to 35. And then just last season, these guys played in week 11. The Eagles actually traveled to Kansas City this time as opposed to their first meeting in the regular season. And the Eagles would get this victory 21 to 17. So in the regular season, these guys are a 1-1, and Jalen Hurts looks to do the exact same thing in the Super Bowl this year. The Kansas City Chiefs started this three-peat quest by beating the Eagles 2 years ago, and they look to end it by beating the Eagles this year as well. So if you guys followed those stats, Patrick Mahomes is 2-1 against the Eagles, and or against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, and Hurts is 1-2 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. As far as betting wise goes in this matchup, the right now Jalen Hurts has a prop bet of 211.5 via FanDuel. In those first two meetings, he threw for over 300 yards. However, in that last meeting, I believe he only got about 150 yards. So he definitely averaged out over 211 yards. He hasn't thrown too many 200-yard games, I feel like, this season. But could he do it in the Super Bowl? I do believe he can. I believe he can definitely go over that 211. I can see him getting that done for sure. As far as Patrick Mahomes has not thrown over 185 yards since that very first meeting between these guys a few years ago. So even in the Super Bowl 57, he didn't get over 185 yards. So they have his prop bet at 250. I would definitely have to look at going under that, just based off the stats and based off of what's been going on with the Eagles defense as well. They have a stellar passing game defense. So I can definitely see that being a problem. Um, as far as which receivers to bet on, that one's definitely going to be a hard look. Travis Kelce is always definitely one to look at when it comes to betting receivers. AJ Brown has definitely been a disappointment as far as playoffs go, except for that last game. He could definitely be one to look at, and so is Devontae Smith as well as Xavier Worthy. Those are all good guys to look at. I would definitely look at taking some alternative receiving prop bets for those guys. I'm not sure as the full over and under for their actual prop bets go, but I do think taking an alternative route for those prop bets because I'm not sure exactly who's going to be able to get off on which team. As far as running backs go, I would say Saquon should definitely have another good stellar day. He should have over 100 yards. His prop bet is currently set at 109.5. I would not be surprised if he goes over that at all. He has been nothing but exceptional this year in everything that he's done. So I would not be surprised if he excels over that. However, Kansas City has one of the greatest run defensive this season that we have seen. It's been very hard to get anything off, but Saquon is a different animal, and I do believe he will find his way. And it is his birthday, so keep that in mind. Happy birthday to you, Saquon. Go get yours. As far as Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, they will most likely be splitting carries, and splitting time. So it's going to be difficult to determine who's going to get off for their running back situation there. So I would probably leave those alone, or maybe alternate stats on them as well as far as their running backs go. Maybe hit an alternate stat line for them. As far as touchdowns in this game go, uh, there's three people I am definitely looking at to get a touchdown in this game. One being Saquon for sure, two being Jalen Hurts. I believe both of those guys, 100% on the Philadelphia Eagles, are locked and loaded as far as getting a touchdown in this game. Especially Saquon. Saquon believe he is 100% guaranteed to get a touchdown in this game. Another person I want to look at as far as getting a touchdown that is actually plus money in this game is Kareem Hunt. He is at plus 145 right now. I believe in every single playoff game that Kansas City has played thus far, he has gotten a touchdown. Um, I do believe that if they do get into the red zone, I will look at them giving the ball to Kareem Hunt to complete his quest and to complete his journey. He's trying to get a Super Bowl and renew his time that was with Kansas City from prior years. So I do believe that Kareem Hunt is definitely one as far as plus money goes in this matchup to conquer that. So if you guys are looking for a plus money bet, I would look for Kareem Hunt at plus 145. And any other plus money bet that I would be comfortable telling anybody to take would probably be Jalen Hurts 225 passing, if anything, just due to the history there. That is another plus money bet that you guys could look at. That is currently set at plus 122 on FanDuel. Um, that really is the only plus money bets that I would look at as far as those go. As far as a winner in this game, I'm gonna go with Kansas City. I just believe the NFL is that much scripted as WWE is scripted, and I do believe the winner is already set in stone. I believe we are just seeing a reincarnated Tom Brady, but they are trying to rewrite the history books, and that is pretty much what every sport does. Eventually, they try and rewrite history. So I believe this is just Patrick Mahomes rewriting history right in front of Tom Brady's eyes, as he is the current owner of the Raiders. So I just believe that's what's going on here. It is Saquon's birthday tomorrow, so he will get his. But Patrick Mahomes, at the end of the day, will secure the victory. As far as the over and under goes, when you go back and look at the history of these guys' matchups, you have a 42-30 victory, which is 72 points, and then you have a 38 to 35 game, which is well over the 70 points again, and then you have a 21 to 17 matchup, which was only 38 points. The current over and under is at 48 and a half, so that's 11 more points than their last matchup. I definitely believe that is achievable here. So I would definitely go with the over in this matchup as well. But who knows? Maybe defenses will show up and they will not allow people to score. But I don't believe that will be the case. These guys definitely are some good teams, and they definitely have a way with getting into the end zone. So be on the lookout for a shootout here in this year's Super Bowl, like they had a few years ago in Super Bowl 57. Um, but I will definitely recap the action when it's all said and done. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button down below. And just remember, this is Hefe's World, and you're just living in it.